Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CM Kozeman Stream Hour. We are back with a whole night of sketching, arting, and farting and stuff like that. I hope you've all been doing fine. I am your host, CM Kozeman, the artist, eccentric, and author. I hope everybody's having a great night. I'm just gonna let people trickle in and we'll see how the night treats us. So, welcome in advance. All right, let's wait for some people to get in and stuff. And actually, let me first grab some coffee because, gotta get prepared for the night. I wonder how many people are watching. Okay. Two people are watching, yeah. Well, it is a weekday. I wasn't expecting a huge crowd. So if you're hearing this, please let me know if you're here. Maybe say good night. Oh, hey, hi, cauliflower. Who else? And then I'll get some coffee. Debased Gnome's child is also here. Good night. I think it's just gonna be the three of us. Oh, more people. Fallout New Babes. Hello. Let me just grow this. I like this layout thing in Twitch. You can put anything anywhere. And please call your friends if you know anybody on Discord or wherever you hang out these days. Call them in. Let's see what we can do for tonight. Maybe it will be a short stream. I don't really care. It's all right. And in case you are watching on the later on YouTube recording, please know that these streams are not easy to do when I'm working for a day job and everything all day. So look at the links above, patreon.com or buymeacoffee.com. Go to those links. They're also in the video description, and consider donating to me for as little as $1 a month. It really makes a difference. I can afford art supplies and stuff. Like, look, today I got all these like fancy, nice gouache paints, which we're gonna try out now. Okay, Coffee Town. Wow, first time chatters. Elo says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Elo. First time chatter. The Omega Walrus says, are those cat wounds on your fingers? You mean these? Well, look, I got a bad habit, and it's the only bad habit I got. I sometimes, when I'm nervous, I pick at these. Sometimes when I'm not nervous too, it's just like literally like go chick, chick, chick, chick. That's just how my hands work. It's a kind of self-manicure thing, and it is what it is, I guess. All right, coffee. Be right back. Yes, hello. Yes, apparently my hand wounds have received some attention. Let's have some lettuce. Yeah. Ellie Brooks is here. First time chatter, but long time friend. Hello, Ellie, and welcome. I'm gonna eat this lettuce in your honor. The trick is to put salt on them ahead of time. So if you salt this, if there's salt, well, it's just a refreshing and hydrating snack. Today I'm not rocking my glasses because I'm just wearing contacts this couple of days. All right, how many people in the house? Somebody give me a head count because I can see right away. I can maybe see. Checking some messages before really getting on the road. $12 people watching. Okay, welcome 12 people. Okay, it's been 8 minutes now. The stream is officially on the way. Hello everybody. This is the CM Kozeman art and chat stream, and yeah, as always, we're gonna just draw some stuff and unwind. It's been a busy week for me. I've been drawing for Snayat. Here's a sneak preview of a strange creature. You only get to see half of this creature, but this is what's been going on. There's also been some sketches from our previous streams, and yeah, some short artwork like this. Now, actually, let's keep on with that, and just a second. The Omega Walrus asks, can you sometimes paint with non-standard pigments such as coffee, wine, blood? I have done this in the past. I did actually use a bit of my blood in an earlier stream, I think. The trouble is, well, it's not that interesting. I mean, the concept of painting with blood is like interesting. Whoa, he's using his blood and shit. But when you come to the basics of it, it's just like a ugly brown color. It's not even that interesting. Doesn't really add anything. I've actually painted with wine too, but it just turns into this murky bluish shade. Once again, there's nothing interesting going on there. So, not my first choice, I'm afraid. No, let's do some sketches, then we can properly start making art, I guess. EM10 asks, doesn't blood turn black over time? Well, at this dark, blackish, brownish shade, whatever it is, yeah. Ellie Brooks says, painting with blood feels so gimmicky. I actually agree. I don't think it's judgmental. In a previous stream, I was just drawing and there's some blood here, so I used the brush to kind of spread that around, but yeah, it doesn't really mean much. If what you're saying doesn't mean anything without adding bodily fluids, maybe it ain't even saying. Maybe. This kind of free-form drawing is like one of my favorites. 5 favorite ways to draw, as you can see. Oh. Is it too blurry? But basically, this is one of my favorite ways to draw. Unknown caller 197 says, "Oh, I'm late to the stream." No, you're not. We're just beginning. So somebody likened my lettuce eating to a rabbit. So this kind of looks like a rodent skull, but later turned into a bird head kind of thing. Now I'm doing like giving this thing very powerful legs and then like some crest here to attach the muscles, but just pure intuitive sketching, the best kind. We'll see what this creature turns into. Meanwhile, let me know which part of the world you are from, so we do our roll call. And I would like to christen Cauliflower, as long as he stays here, with the duty to every now and then give a count of how many people are in the chat. I'd be very happy. The flow is flowing. I don't know what that means. I also have this brush pen, which we'll use later to finely detail the thing. Okay, so when I'm making drawing like this, I'm never afraid, even when using a pen, I'm never afraid of making mistakes. I mean, you can have a line like this, doesn't matter, it's not going to change anything, it's not going to be the end of the world. Kind of like a buffed seahorse, says Kniaz. Cauliflower is saying goodbye. Okay, you don't have to. Have a nice middle of the week. We all have places to be and things to do, I'm afraid. "16 people watching now." Okay, lovely. Just detailing the arms and stuff. The tail does look like a seahorse, but actually it's meant to be like an extended abdomen. Sort of like a tail tapering into, I don't know, some scent organs or genitals, who knows. How is the week going for you? Are you drawing with a pen or a pencil? I'm using a pen. I'm using a pretty standard ink pen, drawing pen. Apologies, this camera's focus, I may change this camera. Its focus is not the best, but You'll just have to make do for the time being. Yes. NPC Citizen says, first time chatter, would it be a little unpleasant if I were to ask a political question regarding the elections right away? No, fire on. This is not a politics channel, but politics is a part of life. In fact, I would say there's nothing in life that's not political. So obviously it's a part of our daily existence. So go on. This looks like a generic humanoid creature, but whatever. Azuri Extusian says, finally caught a stream. Ellie H. Brooks says, this creature needs some funny back spikes. Okay, well, you want him, you got him. Anything for a long-time online friend. NPC Citizen asks a question related to the upcoming Turkish elections. He asks, do you think we are going to lose Istanbul? A lot of assumptions in that question. First of all, why are we associated with the opposition party currently ruling Istanbul? I'll give you a summary. Turkish elections, Turkish politics is dominated by, let's say, the ruling party. But a couple of years ago, actually in 2019, the opposition party, which actually, in my opinion, is no opposition, scored a win in great cities. So it's, imagine the Republicans control the countryside, but the Democrats control the large cities. It's, if you map it onto US politics, it's kind of like that. The new municipality in Istanbul, they did stop a lot of corruption and then immediately start doing a lot of corruption of their own, with their own lackeys and psychopaths, and now there's all sorts of culture centers and like social activities and stuff and cafes and stuff operated by the municipality. It is what it is. Look, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference, to be honest. I am not equipped with the power of second sight. I don't know if the opposition is going to win or lose the elections. They may lose them. I mean, I don't know. It really is not a do or die deal for me, I'm afraid. The Omega Walrus asks, how is Istanbul after the great Turkish earthquake? In reference to the great earthquake, a great couple of earthquakes which killed nearly 100,000 people. Nearly 100,000 people in southeastern Turkish provinces last year, that is to say, on the 6th of February 2023, this great disaster happened. And it's incredible how people kind of swept it under the mental rug. Unless you lost people in the earthquake, it almost feels like it didn't exist. But this was not the first great earthquake that Turkey saw in recent times. There was a very big one in 1999, and it happened closer to Istanbul. And unfortunately, in this great big earthquake, I lost my paternal grandmother. And it was the beginning of a long chain of tragedies for my family. So it affects everybody. This last earthquake, nobody felt it in Istanbul, but it kind of gave an open door for lots of sleazy building contractors to start renovating, updating, and in quotes, in brackets, renovating structures for earthquake resistance. But yeah, the bad thing is, in that previous earthquake, which took place in the eastern part of the country, a lot of renovated buildings were also destroyed. So it's very dark no matter which way you look at it. Kumokunim08 says, why did you have to launch a stream before the day I have to go to class at 8:40? Well, I'm just trolling like that. Very, very cool Adam says, hi Memo, hi chat. Hello, Adam. Do I know you from real life or other platforms? Let me know. Garfo Ambulante asks, random question, but do you like cartoons? Yeah, I like them. In fact, just the other week I watched 2 episodes of this very famous Happening cartoon, Has Been Hotel. And oh boy, I mean the whole cartoon is like one big episode of, okay, hear me out. All the characters are a little jaded. They do sing-alongs. They're meant to be demons or sinners or something. But they're all very jaded. They're all very sharply dressed for some reason. And it's obvious to see that there's a sort of quasi-psychosexual appeal to cartoons. I mean, they are the first animated moving characters that kids usually get to watch. And then when cartoons start getting made for adolescents, or let us say people who are legally adults, then strange things begin to happen. I'm talking about cartoon characters like Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Especially female characters, they do things to whoever's watching. Some male characters too. I mean, there's a kind of weird dark allure to characters like the Warden from that degenerate Cartoon Network series, Hyper Jail. And in Has Been Hotel, you see a lot of that happening with the radio voice demon character named Alastor. And if you go to YouTube, there's all sort of video essays about, oh, is Alistair a psychopath? What's Alistair's deal? What's his shtick? And it's like, I mean, the writer's a woman, so it's clear to see that this character was like created for people to fawn over. He's this sort of self-involved, kind of like debased and dejected Sigma male archetype. You know, he can do everything, he just doesn't want to. And he's very smooth. Yeah. So characters like that, I think, are a psychosexual trope in Western animation, let us say. You got characters like the Warden You got characters like, I think even Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen falls into that category, and well, I don't know. Something to be said for those. So yeah, Fallout New Wave says, I love him. Alastor or the Warden or both. Let me check some messages, by the way. Just a second. All right. Okay, lots of comments. If you could rewrite characters like them, would you? I mean, characters like the Has-Been Hotel characters. I don't know. I don't want any truck with that. It's too... Has-Been Hotel is too... It's nice. I will probably watch it to the end. But it's too self-involved for me. I mean, the songs are sometimes nice. But the whole thing about this place being hell and everybody having a story and everybody having a trauma, and it's usually a daddy trauma or a family trauma, or like everybody is a sinner or fallen or somehow, or they want redemption, like, or they want to be happy. I mean, after a point, this just gets like, I can, like, it's like Tumblr, the animated series, you know what I mean? And also, I got another gripe with Has-Been Hotel. Okay, let me do this. You, you look at this Has-Been Hotel, then you look at the work of one of my artistic idols, Wayne Douglas Barlow. Go look at Barlow's Inferno. It's written B-A-R-L-O-W-E, Inferno. And you can see that Has-Been Hotel has been influenced a lot by designs in Barlow's Inferno. You can't really put your finger on it because there's nothing direct, but it's like they used all of Mr. Barlow's Inferno art for mood boards, and they kind of simplified it and like kind of CalArtsed it a bit. So naughty. But then again, yeah, I guess it's kosher too. I don't know. The Omega Waller says, I have never wanted to bang a cartoon character. Maybe I'm weird. No, you're totally normal. Look, in this day and age, this is the era of BreadTube and stuff like that. In a stream, I don't ever want to talk too intensely about cartoons or sexuality together, if you know what I mean. This being said, I had 2 instances, maybe 3 instances. I had 3 instances. Let's do this. I like this. I had 3 instances where unfortunately, I was under that spell. Daddy Kozman wanted, for all his life, for all he was worth, to be more than friends, more than just friends, with these 3 characters. Now, are you ready? I will present them here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One of them this was, I guess, kind of inevitable. This was Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Okay, just a second. So here we go. Let's place an image. Okay, browse. So these were the 3 cartoon idols that warped my mind. One of them was Jessica Rabbit. Another one was Hollywood from this movie, A Cool World. And this was like a semi-obscure 1990s animation starring Brad Pitt and I think Kim Basinger, out of all people. And it's about a cartoon world, much like Who Framed Roger Rabbit's, but it's a deliberately adult world, and, well, in it there's this crazy cartoon woman who kind of like warped me and really influenced me. I don't know how to place this. I think I'm sabotaging my streaming career before it even takes off, huh? Just a second. Okay, let's bring her on screen too. I'm not sharing my desktop because I know better than that. So let's put an image here. So this was my second cartoon crush. Let's move her to the back. Yes, and it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And go watch this movie. It's called The Cool World. It's like a very weird movie. The director is also like a very cool, eccentric guy, Ralph Bakshi. And the third major arcana, let us say, was, well, you're just about to see. It's actually a very brief character that it's easy to miss. But it was in that one Pearl Jam music video, Do the Evolution. And in it, there's this one crazy brunette chick that just, oof. God damn, like, okay, wait. Let's insert that picture too. I hope we don't crash Discord with all this heavy imagery we're laying on here. So yeah, this was my look at it. I mean, just take a screen cap, whatever. Yeah, these 3 ladies I unashamedly and perhaps inevitably had feelings for when I was first watching them. In fact, I think they formed the core of my taste in women. So, yeah, make of this what you will. I mean, yeah. Understandable, great taste, says Unknown Color 197. Okay. The Omega Walrus says, Tomega, Todd McFarlane, heck yeah, yes. The Omega Walrus says, yes, I was also influenced by that lady from Heavy Metal, the movie. Elo says, there are real problems, yeah. Oh God. What are you gonna do? It's life. We're drawing Gimby, the alien creature here, when boom, all of a sudden, from deep in the subconscious, these things come out. But they're always there, like invisible mountains. And I think male or female, everybody has them. These psychosexual archetypes that you feel you spend your life chasing, and you search for them in the flesh of living, breathing human beings. I don't know. But it's also like a magnetic demi-urge drive that kind of like impels your life forward. Without it, it would be boring. Debased Norman's Child says, how many times do you think you will recall these women in... Oh, until my dying day, my friend. Until the dying day, I will continue to simp for chaotic, pliable, slightly borderline, beautiful, beautiful woman. And I'll do it proudly. As Eminem says, I'm a freaking simp. I say it proudly. Here, tell these people something they don't know about me. Yes. Oh, man, the stream got heavy. Okay, I'm going to delete these images. Or should they stay with us like some goddamn... Wait, delete the images or keep. Now. Let me know. Yeah, the CM Kozuman stream crashed and burned pretty fast. Our muses. Elo says delete. Okay, I'm giving executive privilege to Ellie H. Brooks, who probably is watching. So, should I keep these or delete? Oh, she says keep. Okay. I'll keep it until the stream becomes unmanageably chaotic. Yes. Well, let's make these. Out of them all, I think this is my favorite. The Death Lady from Do the Evolution is my favorite. Like, no two ways about it. Oof. This is gonna break records. Ellie Brooks says, you fouled up asking me. Okay. Okay, look at Daddy Cosman's wall of degeneracy. Uh-huh. Where's this thing? Got some movie or something? All right. Okay. Then, okay, now this insect guy, now let me just sign this. By the way, I hope you know, you can buy these paintings or drawings from me directly. Just need to let me know, get in touch with me from the website up there. And if you want to buy anything I make during these streams, they're for a flat fee, $150. You can pay through Patreon, so that's that. So yeah, we put our little stamp on these now. Boom. Okay, now since you naughty lot have taken me to an emotionally intense place, we need to break out the emotionally intense art materials. The label here says not garbage, because these are actually our fancy oil pastels, some of which cost a pretty penny. And since you got me going with harem ladies or stuff, I don't know, I guess. Good thing I can draw these straight from my mind, huh? As I told you, like invisible mountains, they are in us all. Whether you are a guy or a girl, they can come in many forms. I think everybody has a type, and it's kind of like hardwired into you. I'm just having such a great time drawing this. God damn. The best thing about pastels is like you can take them and like just really like rub it hard, you know, rub it hard on things. Yes. Thought that was a fast food bag. Spooky Alex says, hello father, hello child. You come at me at an embarrassing time. Oil pastels are really fun. Even if you buy them for like a child set, they're really fun to paint with. I really recommend them to you all. So we move in with the yellow. Okay, now yellow is a nice color to highlight edges and movement. You can also use it to smudge stuff. So, woo. Alex Enthusiast says, I'm glad this is my first stream. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, in between the lines, I hope you realize I'm keeping it tasteful. If there's anything to laugh at me, you know. Let the one without sin cast the first stone. Okay, now a good thing with oil pastels. Ooh, look at this. Came out really good. Ooh, daddy. Now, a good thing with oil pastels is that they're naturally repulsive to water-based paints. So we just get our gouache here. Omega Walrus says, why did you draw my ex-wife? Bro, if this was your ex-wife, look at me, look at my eyes. If this was your ex-wife, why the fuck should you divorce? Why? Any pain would be worth. I mean, look, us guys are simple creatures. We just want to like die in extraordinary ways, and I'm guessing this is a joke, but why would you ever divorce a creature like that? You done wrong! You gone down messed up. Yes. Now we're moving in with the gouache. Let's do the sort of moon symbol here in the sky. Potent symbol of lunacy. Wait, we gotta get our waifus a bit smaller. God damn it. Okay, huh? Yeah. Now the good thing about paint is you can like do things to it, huh? Okay, okay. So now you move in with the gouache and kind of give a hint of the night, so only the flesh remains pale. Garo Ambulante says, dude, KKK. I was not expecting the stream to get this. Neither was I. I swear to God, not. Whoever asked the cartoons is to blame. Whoever asked me about cartoons, it's their fault. Police, arrest him. Yeah. It's a Twitch stream, all right? They're like car stickers on. Yeah. Azuri says, $1 million, I don't care. I would buy this instantly. Well, look, if you want it, come and claim it. Go, write to me, like find me on DMs, on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Get in touch with me. And the payment is actually quite easy from Patreon. You just subscribe to me on the $150 tier for a month, then cancel. And then I will ship the painting to you. Plus you get some extra gifts like prints that I have lying around. I mean, I got lots of prints. Like I just made these ones actually. This is the grasshopper that was named after me as a species. And I'm gonna send these prints to the researchers who named this species, Nascrechiana kozemeni. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff. I believe she needs a name. No, goddamn no. If you put a name on these, the magic half goes away. And sometimes names can be more than letters, more than words. My name is the sound of cum leaving your flesh. That's the name. Bloombo Man on top. No, don't bring Bloombo Man into this, please. Oh well. Okay, let's kind of... Well, we've been productive tonight, haven't we? Let's make one more. Now, this was number 2. Now, let us... What should we paint now? Another archetypical weird lady? Or have you had enough? Recall your iconic fingerfisher quote, says Azuri. What was my iconic fingerfisher quote? I honestly don't know. Unknown caller says, I can't believe this is the same artist that made me want to start drawing again. Lol, lol, lol. Look, we are all beholden, okay? We are all beholden in this world to certain instincts and urges. EM10 says, how about an archetypical weird guy? How about a wolf? Oh, please. Oh. This is the same artist me as a fetus found as some deity, a bizarre... Thank you for thinking so highly of me. And I hope I never lose your trust or love or admiration. Look, I try to do my best, okay? You guys want archetypical weird guys. Unfortunately, my blood doesn't flow for that way. I like, for example, I think Trey the Explainer is a very, very hot gentleman. But I personally don't have that thing in me. My blood flows one way. Let me draw. Let's draw a sphinx kind of figure, huh? Now, we're just moving raw with the brushes now. Just brushwork. So previously we used to draw lines with charcoal or wax pencils or whatever. But now we're just using paint on paint. And it's much more fun and ooh, look at her. Nice. Draw a face dancer from Dune. I don't know about face dancers from Dune. I unfortunately don't. Let's break out the new Lucas series of aquarels. These are just like halfway between watercolors and gouache paint, but they're really nice. And Lizard Babe says Ellie H. Brooks. Maybe, yeah. Questioner of the Sphinx. So let's give this a kind of weird Cosamanite arcane landscape in the background. And then some blues and stuff. Omega Waller says face dancers are, yeah. Look, I respect that, but why don't we create our own myths instead of playing second fiddle? Like, I almost very rarely do fan art, and when I do it, I'm not usually a big fan, if you want to pardon the pun. So we're drawing on slightly yellow paper, so that's gonna make the whole thing look more. So when I use blue on it, it looks more greenish, and it's more nice, I guess. I'm using green and blue colors on the yellow background. And of course, the splatter effect is a must. You just load your brush with some paint, maybe with some dirty paint, and just go plit, plit, plit. You don't have to do it with every painting, but if used responsibly, it's actually a really great tool of the trade. Like these blues, like Cherenkov radiation, yes. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now I've cooled off, so let's say goodbye to all the images. Goodbye, Evolution Girl. Oh, goodbye, Hollywood. Goodbye, false image I placed accidentally, and goodbye, Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, it's just Daddy Cosman and the picture now. What do you think is under the Sphinx, says the Omega Wallers? I don't know. I don't think nobody knows. I mean, maybe some grave of some very old ruler or something. Stream has been cleansed. Well, you just wait. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. And it's almost been an hour. Oof. Time flies when you're in heat, I guess. Let's grow this little screen. Ooh, not like that. No, not like this. Batman! Batman! Yes. Now what? Just gonna erase this and add it again. I'm trying to add the... No, not a media source. Oh. Wait. How do I add a... Oh no. I boomered it up. Okay. Maybe it's media source. Not screen capture, browser, color source, image, it's not so. Video capture device, yes, sorry. And what was I thinking? Okay, now we're back, yeah. So let's look in high fidelity. Let's look at everything we've drawn so far. So number one, we made the really nice alien insect ant creature just going about in his daily business, praying to God nothing bad would happen in the stream, when one of you perverts asked about cartoons and made Daddy Cosman go crazy, go loco. So I just had to draw her. Hey. Really nice. I really like it. I might frame this. This is a really nice painting. Like, all the jokes and edgy shit aside, this is a really nice painting. It would be in an exhibit. This stream is real. You're not hallucinating. This is really happening. This is us. This is America. Yeah. In fact, let's go back to work on this. I got some like nice white paint I might need to use for some little accents, you know. Yes, and so there's that. And then, as I cooled down, we drew this thing, which was like the kind of more contemplative Sphinx lady. İyi geceler. Kapama ışıkları. Yok, söndürme, ben kapayacağım. Okay. So this was number two. Let's sign and date and stamp this. EM10 says, do you mind if I steal some elements of your design? Yes, please. Look, if I put anything on public access, like if it's on the internet or whatever, I mean, asking me is nice, but usually I let people use them. Unless, of course, you like plan to make money with them, then of course, then we will have to negotiate. But if it's for a private project, don't even ask. Don't even ask. Okay, let's deal with this. Oh no. Huh. I'm such a boomer. Huh? Okay, that's what I wanted to do. All right. So now, oh, by the way, look at this thing I painted before I started the stream. It's like a genuine, bona fide, full-on surreal art painting kind of thing. It's got these like two cave art like bull people, I guess. They're nice. Let me just stamp these. And sign it. Remember, we sign everything we do. We sign everything we do. Even if it's like a little sketch, look at the greens, they're very intense. Even if it's a small sketch or something insignificant, you need to sign and date everything you do because it builds trust in yourself as an artist and you're just leaving documents behind. And look, with all this new encroachment by AIs, now AIs can produce almost any visual artifact. But in a computer. So now, in this day and age, traditional media, legacy media, actual like pieces of paper with paint and ink on them, or canvas or whatever, they're going to be far more valuable. So I would advise you, don't give up on legacy media. So we're going to sign this here. Yeah. And then maybe add some extra details. I really like this painting. Since we already loaded this palette with all these blues and stuff, blues, clues and stuff, yeah. Usually when I have like a medium work, so I got major works, small works, and medium works. Small works are, not in terms of size, but small works are things like this where it takes me less than half an hour to produce. Medium works take me between 1 or 2 days to produce. And for example, this, I actually leave it on my desk for a couple of days and just go back and like add little details and I kind of touch it up. And as I go through my day, the layering really becomes visible and kind of helps the painting become itself. Of course, there's always a risk of creating overkill, but yeah, what you gonna do? I'm never sure where to put a signature without disturbing my artwork, says Debased Gnome's Child. Well, then EM10 says maybe leave some space in the bottom. That's what I do. This wasn't a great example, but it's sufficient. And yeah, like either sign very small or leave some like 2 fingers of space on the sides and the bottom. What else can we do here? Omega Walrus says I use 1/4-inch painter's tape and sign the margins. Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. That works. please look for all this antics, this hilarity, and all the time I'm taking to create these pieces together with you on live screen. Please consider supporting me on these links above: Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee. You know the drill. If you're already supporting, give more. If you can't, show this to a friend who might give more, or just share it with a friend, because it's a pretty fun and hilarious show to watch. How many people watching so far? Let me check some messages too. Okay. Let's see how many people are watching. $11 people watching. Okay, not bad for a weekday.
Aksine öldürdü.
Hala burada düşüyor.
Nereden geliyor bilmiyorum o
Ya
zaman.
ben de dışarı kapıyı açık bıraktım. Nereden geliyor?
Okay, new messages. Yeah.
Niye oradan nasıl doğruyorsunuz?
Ben hep her gün böyle yapıyorum.
Ben içmiyorum suyu, ne çay ne bir şey.
Peppa Binia says, will there be plant life for Snayad, your alien world design project? Yes, there. I have lots of sketches and designs for Snayad plants. I might publish a few on Patreon soon, so follow me on Patreon to see some sketches. I'm also rewriting All Tomorrows nearly every day. It's gonna be fantastic. And thanks for your patience. It's gonna be worth it. If you support me on Patreon or any other platform, I will reproduce your name in print in full when time comes to pass, when time comes to publish the book.
Bakma. Bitti mi?
Hayır, konuşuyorum. Just adding some details in these contours, like so. This is the nice thing about surreal painting. Okay, not bad. $12-ish people in the stream tonight. And where's everybody from? Let's do a roll call. People love the green colors. Yeah, if you like the green colors, I recommend the Oxide of Chromium Green from Lucas Gouache paints basically, but Oxide of Chromium Green generally in any medium and in most brands will give you this effect. So now we go back to, oh, we gotta stop meeting like this, but now we have some white paint to kind of like add some accents. The moon is bright that night, so
Kapatma diyor.
so this original drawing was very intense, as you probably will never forget. So that's why we are moving in with some of the delicate white colors to kind of add more structure and give a bit of real accenting to the uncontrollable mess we made. Yes. This is good. Omega Walrus says, are you a fan of Marjorie Cameron? Do you burn your works like she did? I don't know about Marjorie Cameron. I might Google her, but my hands are full with this drawing now. And I don't know, I've never burnt my works. I mean, I've thrown them in the sea if I wanted to really destroy some. But no, fire is not my game. Another trick when you're painting or drawing is you can flip your image against a source of light and the camera doesn't really pick it up. But when you do the flipping, you kind of see the image inverted, obviously. And when it's inverted, you can spot your errors very easily. And when you flip an image and you see no errors, that means even with a very primitive image, you've actually done a great job. So don't you forget that. Let's check some messages. Just a second. I'm asking people which part of the world you are from, but no answers? Come on, what happened to all the nice roll calls we used to do? Peppa Binia asks, what music have you been listening to as of late? I've been listening to Nilüfer, a a very popular 90s Turkish singer. And a few other Turkish singers too. I've been enjoying a lot of 1990s Turkish music these days. Peppa Binia is still from San Diego. Ellie H. Brooks is from my favorite state, Erie, in Pennsylvania. Favorite state being Pennsylvania. And then Western New York, says Omega Walrus. Nice. EM10 is from Germany, currently painting some sort of skeleton robot. Debased Gnome Child is from Central New York. Yeah, not city, obviously. Because then you would be living in Central Park, huh? What's your favorite creation of this day so far? Let's do some stamping. Ooh, I stamp your way. Okay. Then let's do some stamping and signing here. Ellie Brooks likes the first creature. Peppa Binia likes the alien woman. You know, I lived in upstate New York, by the way, near the Finger Lakes. I lived in Ithaca, New York, while I was starting. EM10 likes the chameleon guy from the beginning. Okay, well, let's go back to that then. And give him maybe another alien friend or... This is great as it stands. I'll make a new one. Debased Gnome Child says, oh, real? I go to Ithaca all the time. Yeah, it's a really lovely place. Too bad I did not have college. I did not have a car when I attended college there. I think that was a grave mistake. Because in the States, if you don't have a car, you're nothing. Okay, actually, let's sketch with a pencil first. So this is what I'm drawing. There used to be this Sega Genesis game called Golden Axe, and it was basically a kind of swords and sorcery style beat 'em up. And in this game, you could actually ride these strange creatures with scorpion-like tails and, well, the first part of their bodies looked like a Protoceratops dinosaur, but they had actually 2 legs. They were like really weird creatures. They actually like hit enemies with their tails. So it was like a really cool creature design. So I'm actually trying to make that creature from my memory, basically. And let's see if we'll succeed. If this is the pelvis, you always do this one line, that's the pelvis inside the creature. And then from there you do the femur joint, then the femur here, it ends here. And so this is the knee joint. So then this is remember this was the pelvis, so you can kind of draw the angle of the leg muscles and yeah, like so. So this is the end of the femur. It's a pretty stocky creature, so maybe that's the shank, leg shank. And this is the rear leg. EM10 says, any advice on color choices? Yes, two parts of advice. One, go use one of those color wheels. Two, try to copy and paste creatures' colors from photographs. You will notice that if an animal looks blue, the blue actually doesn't look blue. Use the eyedropper tool to pick up colors, and then it will really teach you a lot. Okay. So from all that weird alien lady madness, we have actually come to a quite congruent anatomical study, let us say. And maybe this thing has vestigial arms, we just did not see them in the Golden Axe game. I think these creatures even had a name in the game, but I just forgot. Yeah. So now we did the pencil outline. Have you ever played Portrait Still Alive? Unfortunately, no. Then we're gonna move in with some very basic. I stole this pen from a hotel, if you can believe it. Actually, no, use something thicker. MJ80 comments with a cute icon. Yes. Is there a sensory organ on the horn? I think this is like a nostril, this is the eye. Notice how these lines are very simple, but it takes a while to understand them and to be able to do them smoothly. I really like this one. I might change a few features, add a second head here, and actually co-opt it for Snayad even. But nah, this is its own thing. The Omega Walrus says, I learned that dolphins have a nose-ear bundle in front of their brains for sonar. Maybe. They certainly must have like loads of interesting brain structures to navigate in that realm and to use their interesting senses. So, yes. What do you think about this guy? We can actually give him colors too. Adorable, says Peppa Vinia. Thank you. Look, somebody asked about color theory. Ilich Su says, Purple Heart, thank you. Somebody asked me about color theory. The trick is to use it sparingly. So don't go all the way in. Don't like apply color lightly because it builds up that way, layer by layer. So there. Garfo Ambulante says, do you know any fictional animals that are realistic? Yeah, a lot. I mean, literally hundreds of examples from science fiction and speculative evolution. One thing that comes to mind is this one book by Jack Vance, and it's set in a world colonized by humans with farm animals and other animals. But in this colony attempt, the horses did not make it for some reason. So now they actually have these really fast-running cows and oxen with like horse-like proportions, and the people who live in this world ride them around. Like they're just one realistic animal right there. An hour and 30 minutes. Wow, this came out really well. Just look at this chonking honking creature. Sometimes I surprise even myself. And then another trick with colors is blue. You can use blue in very light amounts to kind of give a sense of colors. Because actually, if you look at shadows in nature, especially on a summer day, the shadows aren't black or brown or gray, they're blue. So yeah, if you're an artist dealing with realism, you will find out that you will use shades of blue pretty quickly. He's fine. His face reminds me of a cross between a rhino and a macaque. I love him, says Ellie Brooks. Thank you. The base gnome child says, Kozaman just pulled this amazing creature out of his ass, out of nowhere. Yeah. God, it's so sad. Imagine all the things I could have done if I was a US citizen. I could have founded my own company, worked in a lot of different places. Life really deals you an uneven hand. Of course, it's good to be thankful, and I am, but yeah. EM10 says shadows appear blue mostly because the sky is blue, and this phenomenon happens mostly outside. Yes, correct. Maybe that's why it's so pertinent in summer, because, well, in the summer, the skies are usually clearer and the sky is bluer. Creature looks really cool. Thank you, MJ80. How many people watching? Let's look at some comments and stuff. "13 people still watching, lovely. How do we drive these numbers up? How do all these peoples get hundreds and thousands of viewers? I feel there should be a bigger crowd watching chonk creatures and sexy demon ladies drawn by Daddy Kozaman, don't you think?" The base gnome child says, "Have you done concept art for a film?" You see, that's where the American connection would have been handy. But actually, I have not concept art, but I have been a set painter for a local horror film called Baskin. And basically, I was given free reign. It was really nice. It was a horror film about some policemen being called to investigate a weird cult house, and turns out there's demons and shit there. So in one part of the house, quote unquote, there was all these like weird cave paintings or demon paintings, so I went and made those. Yeah. But if I was an American citizen, like, you can be the world's most talented person, and every country recruits first from their citizenry. So that's where it would have come handy, but I don't know. Maybe there's still some room for that. AM10 says, "Many people with lots of views just play video games or watch YouTube videos on stream and say a few things, but I think painting is way nicer." Yeah, I mean, look, it's a kind of something I owe to myself, you know. I could have become a sharp-tongued political streamer really easily. But God of Ambulantes says, do you think there'll be flying cars in the future? I don't think they're very feasible. You are right. Oh, look, to make a car fly, you need energy to lift the mass of, you need enough energy to lift the mass of a car and like carry it. So maybe something like a very sophisticated or powerful drone is now possible with all these new batteries and all. But still, it doesn't change the fact that airplanes are simply easier. And those are subject to some regulation. If everybody had a flying car, everybody would have a potential terror weapon in their hands. So I think they would be very heavily regulated. So it would be extremely complicated to get all the permits, to tell the car to take off from here, go to here. But then flying is remarkably easier to automate when compared to driving. So maybe if things pan out really well, there could be a lot of flying taxi drones, but you could get in and tell it to like take me to this place, but you won't be able to actually pilot it because it will be automated because of, well, terror risks and other risks. But ultimately, I think it's unfeasible, at least monetarily. Technically, you could make one easily, but monetarily, it's unfeasible. And like, imagine how much problem real cars are causing. So now make them fly, and oof, goddamn, I'm actually having some. I'm wearing contacts, and they're starting to stink. So I'm going to switch to glasses. And now you can watch that live. Oh. Oh. Do I look better with glasses or without glasses? Now you will be the judge. Oh be. We're getting free eyeball pokes after the alien babes and cartoons. Yes, this podcast really has it all. This live stream, this abomination. Okay, simple question. Glasses or no glasses? Which incarnation of Daddy Kozman do you find hotter? Cream Pie, first time commenter, says, hello, Sir Kozman. Hello. And Cream Pie also likes glasses. Peppa Binia likes glasses too. Cream Pie. Nice. EM10 is leaning towards glasses. Oh. Delicious, says MJ80. Okay. Glasses are top tier, says MJ80. Thank you. Oh, it's getting a little tiring. Yep. The creature you painted looks like it would make a nice burger patty. Oh, well, maybe. Sorry, I'm just lifting my eyebrows and like tricking them because I can lift this but not the other one. Yeah. So the deepest lore here, I'm acting all this in all these silly ways, because actually a couple of years ago after COVID, I had half of my face paralyzed with something called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and it's just a bit irksome to see now. Okay, well, nothing bad. Okay, now, yeah. If I can whistle, it's no problem. That was like a real health checkup, by the way. So thanks for bearing with me. Do you think it's possible to make a plasma gun, says Garofambulante. So a gun that shoots like a constrained bolt of gas plasma that like goes chew and explodes. Maybe, but it would need something the size of a small factory to like process that, you know? And I mean, why make plasma guns or laser guns when you can just shoot normal guns instead? That's why I think, that's why I like sci-fi settings with actual firearms. Because it's a great concept, it's a great technology, and you don't need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. Yep. Nearly 2 hours, everybody. Let's get ready to wind down. Let me show you what we've drawn so far. Blake Richardson says, do you think 6-part jaws are feasible? So things like flowers, petals, like grop. Yeah, they're quite feasible, but slowly but surely evolution would select for like maybe 2 halves, or like if these are like the 6 jaws, 2 of them would grow larger and others would be relegated to something like little mouth parts, maybe inside the bigger jaws. So, but in the earliest version of such a clade, 6-part jaws might be plausible, yes. So from bottom to top, we have the Ceratopsioid golden axe creature, which I'm actually really happy with. Really cool. So that's one. Then we had the cute Sphinx creature. Nice, okay, but I wish I'd painted this on canvas or paper, like heavier paper. Then, in between, we did some touch-ups to this pre-existing painting, also really good. Remember, if you want to buy any of these sketches, there's a flat fee. So just go to patreon.com or just get in touch with me and we can talk about the details. Certainly, like something like this would be a great gift, don't you think? And you could say, I was there. Then we had this thing, the innocent ant-like alien insect man creature just going about his business. So that's good. And then finally. Goodbye, fake heaven. Na na na na na. Ah, I really like this thing. Like, I'm really happy with this one. God damn. MJ80 says clap. Cream Pie says great singing, Sir Cosman. Ah, come on, you flatter me. I always find my own voice too nasal, a bit like Ben Shapiro. I wish I did not have that. You should do some covers, says Cream Pie. Cream Pie strikes again. Okay, like, name me a song and I will try to sing it. I may not know it though. Yeah, okay, that's that for this one. Really consider buying this. Write to me. You're gonna miss out. EM10 says, if you don't like your voice, you can change it. Nah. I mean, wanting to change something and not liking something are similar but different. And I've never wanted to change how I look, how I sound. I think it could be different, but no, never wanted to change it. All in a night's work. But we're not done yet. Ellie Brooks says, I think your voice has character. In a positive way, it suits you. Ah, thank you. You're a real pal, thank you. I like this thing. Notice how fast it came out too, huh? Like chit chit chit chit chit chit. Nearly 10 minutes till the end of the stream, so let's do some unwinding action while you tell me how are things, like anything else you want to hear, any last questions, any song requests. Sons of the silent age, make love just once, but dream and dream. For a minute or two, they night warp. And they then decide it couldn't be done. Baby, I will never let you down. Na na na na na na na. Baby, baby, baby, I will never let you down. Na, na, na, na. Oh, Blake Richardson says, how do you control anger? Do you want the real, like, I got a low anger threshold. I mean, I do get pettily, like wink, wink, wink at certain things. But it's really difficult to get me to like scream or yell, or even harder to get me to be kinetic at someone. But of course, anger is a real feeling too. I mean, there's no escaping it. I try to distance myself from the things that make me angry, if that's any help. So distance yourself from whatever's that making you angry. If you can't, maybe that's something you need to work on. Also, like I just need to say, sexuality is a great way to like deal with that anger, or like get it out of you, get it out of your system. As the great American philosopher Marilyn Manson says in one of his songs, "Take your hatred out of me. Na na na tourniquet." Look, yellowish paper and green paint go so well together, don't you think? Peppa Binia says, I got this wonderful set of Daiso brushes for $3. I love them. Great, I love them too. Blake Richardson says, I used to have bad anger issues. They've gotten better. Well, I'm glad that's the case. I don't know, like, also like, if there are people around you who have anger issues, that's actually like, that's the hard part of dealing with anger. Because they're so blind to their own helplessness and pitiful, trapped nature. Sometimes you really need to cut them out. Some sort of physical activity usually helps. If you're the one who's being angry, physical activity, usually some kinetic in between the sheets activity, not so bad. Streaming here is much better than on YouTube, says Cream Pie. I'm beginning to agree. Cream Pie says, I like this Kozeman guy. Garfo says, when I discovered your works, I never imagined you would have this personality. What do you think I was like? A crazier guy or a more based, like a more calmer guy? I don't know. What was your initial impression of me? Really want to know. Blake Richardson says, I always go to the gym 5-6 times a week. It really improved me. Yes, I mean, sports and activity really help people out. Also, I think there's a difference. Oh, how do I put this delicately? There's a difference between the anger created by people who are biological males and the anger that comes upon people who are biological females, a woman and man. In the case of women, it's a more of a cyclical, lunar anger, so-called feminine rage. In case of men, when men get anger, they're unstoppable. And that's actually what makes us more dangerous, if I may say so. Garfo Ambulante says, I always thought you were someone serious customer. But you're actually funny. Yeah, well. If someone can't take the piss, I don't think they can be creative. You need to be a bit like irreverent, or like you need to be able to know how to laugh, basically. This is going along really well too, huh? Some sort of symbolic, like 1920s style surreal burb. Almost 2 hours, and we've finished almost to a T. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to acquire any of the pieces I completed in this stream, just get in touch with me. Comment or send me a message. You know how to find me. Not a difficult man to get a hold of. This came out real good, man. Debased Gnome Child says, you have a calm exterior, but you quickly realize there's chaos within. I remember you admitted to eating bread that was moldy. Yeah. Fair assessment. If you want to hear some Turkish songs, here's one. Ben zindanları mumla arar oldum. Yad eller alsın, yeni bir aşk alev aldı. Na, yad eller alsın, beni benden. Taşlara çalsın. Denenenenen, diririn. Cream Pie asks, do you still love Culvers? Yes, I will never stop loving Culvers. What are you talking about? Culver's burgers, that specific US burger brand, I swear to fucking God, if I ever get that green card or like some sort of a way to become a US national, the day I received my papers, I will go to the nearest Culver's branch, just drive over and just feast. Tonight, we dine in Valhalla. Cream Pie says, good. So a trick with gouache or watercolors, I'll show you. After you finished your painting or whatever, wait for it to dry. So it's going to dry in like 10 minutes or whatever. But then spray some water on it. I mean, I'm just so like this, like with my little spray. Spray some water on it and then lay it under a carpet or a bed mattress, and then it will be flattened and it will dry that way. And then always wait for 1 day with watercolors, because their real colors only come out after 1 day. Okay, I think this one is done too. Yes, our decorative bird painting, which actually is a really nice work of art. Swirl Beast says long cat and short cat. Okay. Let's check some last minute messages, and then slowly we'll be calling it a night. Spooky Alex just got back from art class. Cream Pie says the saddest point of the stream. Well, if I get a good night's sleep, I can stream more. Blake Richardson says my cat was 36 feet high in a tree. Okay, good climber. Any last words or comments before we say goodnight? Let me just show you the real colors of this incredible bird creature. Ooh, nice. Very Picasso style. Well, not, but yeah, a little. This is nice. So 1, 2. This is as productive to me as it is entertaining to you. 2. Ooh. Just a second. I like how any last words, like, any last words, motherfucker. 3. If you buy this, it's going to be laced with my saliva. Sorry, no two ways around it. 4. Spooky Alex says, I just finished my art project and my teacher was all like, oh, you're so good and smart and talented. Her words, not mine. 5. Cream Pie says, I am out of words just from your presence, Sir Cosman. Well, thank you. I hope you're out of words in a cool way. So we have 1 substantial art sketch. 1, 2, 3. 3 Really nice sketch pages for my sketchbook bindings. Actually, we have two substantial art sketches because actually the bird and the alien lady, they go really well together. Really well together. I should buy that painting, scrape it of any DNA and clone you. What you gonna do to my clone, cream pie? Raise it well. This is really nice. So these two, like, if there was an exhibit of my artwork tomorrow, I would get them out and get them ready. Actually, before hanging up, let me just... Debased Gnome's Child says, I love the bird. Omega Walrus says, check out Marjorie Cameron. Okay. Spooky Alex says, KFC. Goddamn, you made me crave it now. Just gonna add some splashes of reddish brown to this corner here. So it's more earthy shades. And you really gotta play these little games when you're doing art in any form. If you follow me on Patreon, you can also see high quality scans of these paintings, which are really great. So you see those little areas that were left between the lines. I'm just painting some of them with this light brown shade, like little cells. And it really contributes to the overall sense of the whole painting. Cream Pie says, alien lady. Yes. Just giving her some blue highlights in her hair. And maybe here too. Okay. We must also be careful not to do overkill, because that's also a risk. There's too much going on. Yes. Blake Richardson says, do you prefer alien eukaryotes or prokaryotes? Well, eukaryotes, of course. Not a huge fan of bacteria are fantastic, but I like my organisms visible, you know? Yes, I like it. A little accent like this makes all the difference. All the difference. Wow. Okay, everyone. 2 hours and 10 minutes. That is getting tired. Okay. So thanks for joining me on this channel for this amazing series of paintings and sketches. It's never a dull day with you guys, and thanks for being my pals, and thanks for helping grow this channel. Once again, consider donating to me. Cezayir'i ehliyetim yok. Wow, a Turkish lurker, first time chatter, says eline sağlık abi. Thank you. Let me just pack up my stuff. Okay. Goodbye, Sir Cosman, says Cream Pie. Goodbye. Do I know you? Hmm? Do I? Okay, not garbage. Okay, this was a great night. I'm really satisfied. And it's just Tuesday, not even the middle of the week. So lovely. I hope you have good dreams, Cosman. Okay. I hope so too. I hope I dream of the alien lady. And I can totally cool world her. Çöp değil bag. I think that's a P. Okay, so you're a Turkish follower. Okay. Yeah, I hope I go to sleep, dream of her, and like totally cool world. That's that, everyone. Boom. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are. You just been having the CM Kozumen experience.